Emma Coburn almost breaking her own American record tonight, not quite. How are you feeling about the race?
I'm feeling really good. As we were saying off camera, I wish I would have leaned, or I wish, you look back when you're that close and you think of all the little things, like, had my third lap been a little bit faster, but I ran the bulk of the race by myself. It was perfect conditions. It was no wind, really great temperature. So compared to Doha, which was hot and windy, this was ideal. So, I had good conditions and I felt strong, but as I said, I ran the bulk of it alone, and I think I closed, my last 200 well, and I think as looking back at like the Olympics, that's when I lost out on a silver, was the last 300 meters. So I think I'm happy that was better, but it's bittersweet coming that close to your own record.
Did you know you were that close when you were crossing the line?
I'm pretty addicted to splits and pretty. I know from 2014 when I was trying so hard to break the American record, which was Jenny's at 9:12. I know what 9:11 splits are, and I know what that clock should say with 7 laps to go, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So I knew that with 2 laps to go, I was under 9:11 pace, and I think with a lap to go, I knew I had to close in like 68 to get it, or 67 or 68, 70. I can't even tell you now. But I knew I had to close hard, which it sounds silly to say 68 if you're comparing to what people close a 5K or 15 in, but jumping over stuff, that's hard, yeah. So I was aware, but I honestly thought with a lap to go, I was pushing to get under 9:10. That's kind of what my head was. And then with 152, I was like, I still feel good. Okay, give it everything, and I didn't quite have it, but that's life.
So you run 9:07, obviously fantastic time. The winner, another woman under 9 minutes now. I mean, how do you reconcile your performance versus where you want to be with those ones?
It's kind of unbelievable. You just have to really remain within yourself, and you can't get frustrated, and you can't get discouraged, because I'm doing the best I can, and I'm doing I know I'm doing it the best way I can, in the right way, and I know that I just have to really look within myself and say I'm proud of what I did today, and congratulations to those 3 women who are crushing it and who are running really well. But I think if I start beating myself up for not being closer to them, that it's a little unhealthy. But I definitely have goals to close that gap, and I'm fired up and I'm motivated to try and be there. So I'm obviously aware of what they do, but I can't let it discourage me.
Right. I mean, based on how women have been running this year, you're going to need to be in around 9 flat shape in London. Do you think that is attainable for you?
I do think it's attainable for me. I think, I ran 9:07 when it was 92 degrees out in the middle of the day in Rio, and Hyven later ran, I think in Paris she ran right around 9 minutes, so she ran 7 seconds later. And so not to say that we're totally comparable there, but I do think that last year I was in 9:05 shape, and so I think I just have to get to the point that I feel comfortable in those middle laps, being a little bit more aggressive and getting up with them. And I think probably our last K was probably similar, and it's just that middle kilometer that they really put a surge in. So I just have to get comfortable going with it if I want to try and be in medal contention, or I have to say I'm not going to go with it and I'm going to be happy with 4th. So I have to be able to risk it a little bit.
So, it looks like the way you've been running, the way Aisha's been running this year, you guys really have to skip the beat, changing coaches. I mean, is that how it feels to you? Do you feel like you're doing the same stuff as just under Joe, or are you doing different stuff than what you were doing before?
We're definitely doing some different stuff. We are focusing a lot more on, I'm training a little bit more like a 5,000 meter runner, a little bit more strength, very few hard 400s, 300s, very few workouts that that I would call like 1,500 meter work. So I'm definitely training more like a 5,000 meter runner, which I think was the last kind of weakness that I never had a chance to develop with Mark and Heather. Not because I'm sure that was in the developing plans, but I think that was definitely something that was the next step in my career to try and develop, because I feel like my all-out 400 is probably 58 seconds, and I'm not going to be a good 800 runner, and I'm not really going to be a good 1,500 runner from a speed standpoint. So definitely doing more strength, doing long runs at sub 6 minute pace instead of 6:25s. Just pushing that a little bit and lessening the load of the track and 1,500 meter work and that side of it. So it's definitely taken a little bit of a shift. And it's been great having Aisha. She's really, really wonderful. And, training with Kara, Jenny, Jessica Tebow, Shalea, Sarah Sutherland, like those women are all so positive, so inspiring. They're, the best in their fields, and they're trying to, make the Olympic team and win world championships and these really high goals. And so I was so lucky to get to have Aisha, who has those same big aspirations. And I think surrounding yourself with people who have really high standards and really high goals just makes you rise to the occasion too. So we've been having a good time together.
Nice. And when will you race again before USA's?
Nope, just USA's and then to Paris.
All right, looking forward to it. Nice
So I've got